All right, so Winn-Dixie chapter 8. So if we look at this iceberg, what do we notice? So above the water level, we see a tiny little iceberg, but below the ocean surface, what do you see? You see a whole lot more, right? So right now, we already have our ideas and theories about our character. But there's always more to a character than just what we can see on the surface. So today we're going to dig a little deeper and we're going to look a little closer. Today I want to teach you, once we form a theory about what kind of person a character is, we can dig deeper and ask why the character is that way. So our initial theory of Opal is that she's kind, and she opens her heart to everyone. So as we've read, we've seen her do this with several characters. So we've seen it with Winn-Dixie, and we just saw it with Miss Franny. So we know she's kind, but now we're going to dig a little deeper and ask the question, why? Why is Opal kind? What makes her a kind person? So today let's think about why she opens her heart to everyone. So an example could be that she's lonely and she's looking for new friends. Okay, so let's think about that. And the best way to find that out is to look for evidence of this in our text. Okay, so we did that yesterday. We looked for evidence to support our theories and our ideas. So now we're going to look at the text that we read today. It says, I'm having a party. Do you want to come to my party? The theme is pink. Sure, I told her. Can this dog come? She asked. You bet, I told her. And all of a sudden, I felt happy. I had a dog, I had a job, I had Miss Franny Block for a friend, and I had my first invitation to a party in Naomi. It didn't matter that it came from a 5-year-old, and the party wasn't until September. I didn't feel so lonely anymore. Okay, so do you see our evidence? So if we look at the very last sentence, it says, I didn't feel so lonely anymore. So remember, is she new to Naomi? Has she lived there very long? So remember a time that you were new to something. And how do you go from feeling lonely to not lonely anymore? You usually have to make friendships, right? So now, if we come back to here, we know that she's a kind person, and now we've just figured out the why, because we have found evidence in the text. She now feels happy because she had a dog, a job, and Miss Franny, and she had an invitation, and she didn't feel lonely anymore. So Opal is happy to open her heart to everyone so that she won't feel lonely anymore. So if we recap, do you see how asking why helps us to get a little deeper? So asking why is a way that we can get to know a character better, okay? We all do certain actions, and there's always a reason behind it. So you can ask, why is your character brave? Why is your character super silly? Why is your character always making jokes? Or why is your character always so clumsy? Or why is your character always so sad? Okay, we can always ask why. So if we look back at our iceberg, at the surface level, so the top, we see that Opal is kind. But if we ask why and we dig a little deeper and we look under the surface, we realize that Opal is lonely. So I want you to try this with your own books today. So take out your latest post-its about your character and start asking yourself why the character is that way. Then I always want you to look for evidence in your text and what you've already read to support that idea. Okay, we always want to look for evidence in our book that back up our theories and our ideas about our character. All right, good job.